Hello everyone, you are watching Naresh IAS Academy YouTube channel. This is the next part on history of Rajasthan. Today I will discuss the peasants movement in Rajasthan. For the English medium students, I have already discussed Rajasthan art and culture through the 18 videos completely on the YouTube channel, and Hindi medium students can take help from the YouTube channel where I have discussed the entire Rajasthan and GK and GS, and this is my next series, the history of Rajasthan for the English medium student. Then I will cover the next part of the Rajasthan GK. This is our topic now, the peasants movement in Rajasthan. Peasants movement, and you may contact for offline classes for the IAS mains and RAS mains exam, and also contact for the answer writing session. Peasants movements in Rajasthan. First, the Bijolia peasant movement. Second, Begu. (1921 to 27), and Bijolia movement 1897 to 1941. Nimu Chana. In Alwar 1925. Dabi, now in Bundi district, in 1923, and the so many others movement. Okay, then through the map of Rajasthan, we will locate their geographical location. First of all, we have to understand why there was a number of peasants or farmers movement in Rajasthan. Then there were multiple causes which were responsible for these movements. Mostly the Rajasthan rulers and Thikanedar, also called the Zagidar, under the princely states, both were tried to exploit the peasants in Rajasthan, and they sometimes tried to increase the rate of land revenue or the rent, and sometimes they impose the additional taxes like the Chamri tax, Talbar Bandai tax, and the so many other taxes. And the manner of collecting the land revenue from the peasants was so unhuman nature, and it was a completely exploitation or torture of the peasants by the officials and the Zagirdar. And also sometimes the peasants were treated just like a slave, and they were bound to begar practice in the farms of the Jagirdar. So the multiple causes inside the peasants of Rajasthan standing against the Jagirdar or the rulers of the Rajasthan. Mainly the peasants movement in Rajasthan started with the Bijolia movements. The Bijolia was the first systematic or organized peasants movement in Rajasthan, and further it inspired the other geographical regions for their rights and demanding their rights before the states. So Bijolia was the first movement, or we can say the forerunner and pioneers in the peasants movement in Rajasthan. Bijolia now in the Bhilwara district. Bijolia now in the Bhilwara district, but that time this was a Jagir state under the Mewar. Then this was the geographical territory of Mewar that time. Then Bijolia was administered by the rulers of Mewar. Bijolia was established by the Ashok Parmar, and later on the ruler of Mewar appointed different Jagirdars for the administration over the Bijolia. So this was the Rab Krishna Singh, the first Jagirdar during the movement, and who imposed the Chabri tax as an additional tax. However, there were so many taxes already prevailing, but due to the additional tax, then peasants refused to pay, and this became the immediate cause for the movement. Bijolia peasant movement was started in the phase 1, then it was followed by the phase 2 and the phase 3. So mainly there are the 3 phases of the Bijolia peasant movement. The phase 1 1897 to 1916. In the phase 1 it was led by the Sadhu Sitaram Das and 2 peasants leader Nanakji Patel and Thakri Patel, and they met with the Rab Krishna Singh, the Thikanedar or Jagirdar of Bijolia. However, they could not succeed to convince the Thikanedar in favor of their demands. Sadhu Sitaram Das tried to convince the Thikanedar, and he communicated with the rulers of Mewar, but it was all in vain. There was no results in the phase 1. The phase 2 of the Bijolia movement started in the 1916 and continued till the 1923. So 1916 to 1923 was the second phase of the Bijolia movement, and the second phase led by the Bijay Singh Pathik, also called the Bhoop Singh, who was sent into Rajasthan by the Ras Bihari Bose, a revolutionary of India. So Bijay Singh Pathik, who led the movement in the second phase, the first who discussed the matter with the peasants and tried to understand what is the nature of the problem. The first who established a Upar Mile board or Vidya Pracharini Sabha to aware the peasants about their rights and to communicate the peasants, and also through the Upar Mile Blaze Panchayat in 1917 who organized the peasants under a Sarpanch, and also Bijay Singh Pathik established the Rajasthan Service League in Bardha district, Maharashtra 1919, and where he published Rajasthan Kesari newspaper, or through the newspaper who raised the matter of the Bijolia and the behavior of the Mewar states. Also Bijay Singh Pathik contact with the leader of the Indian National Congress or the freedom struggle, Mahatma Gandhi, Madan Mohan Malviya, Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Then Bal Gangadhar Tilak also got the input from the movement through the Vijay Singh Pathik, and Bal Gangadhar Tilak issued the matter through his newspaper Kesari and Maratha, and this was the revolutionary newspaper Pratap, published by Ganesh Shankar Vidyarthi, 1925 Kanpur. The newspaper also supported publishing the so many articles over the matters, and the Madan Mohan Malviya visited the Rajasthan so many times, and Mahatma Gandhi also sent a letter to the rulers of Mewar, but the Mewar state did not consider seriously the matter. So the second phase was completed with the only some achievements. The first achievement was, due to the pressure of Vijay Singh Pathik or the leaders of the national movement, a investigation commission or inquiry commission was constituted in 1919, which is called the Bindulal Bhattacharya Commission. But the Mewar state did not consider the recommendation of the commission, and the second commission was constituted in 1922, which is called the Thomas Holland Commission, and the Mewar state now partially agreed to execute some recommendation. So it was definitely an achievement due to the Vijay Singh Pathik. That's why the second phase was over in 1923, because the Mewar states agreed to lift the so many additional taxes and not to raise the rate of the land revenue, and the exploitation or any kinds of begar practice, bondage labor, he promised to end it. But after some years, the Mewar state and Jagirdar also continued their same behavior, and now they started exploitation of the peasants of the Bijolia. And with this, the third phase of the Bijolia movement was started during the 1923 to 1941, and in the third phase, first Ram Narayan Chaudhary and Hari Bhau Upadhyay lead the movement, but the aggressive behavior of Mewar states disappointed him, and then the leadership was taken by the Manikyalal Verma in his hand, and Manikyalal Verma was supported by Mahatma Gandhi and Madan Mohan Malviya. Mahatma Gandhi also sent his secretary Mahadev Desai meeting with the Mewar states. Mewar rulers, however, agree to take some decision in this direction, and when the Prime Minister of Mewar state became Vijay Raghavachari, then Vijay Raghavachari was convinced by the Mahatma Gandhi and his colleagues. Finally, Vijay Raghavachari agreed to solve all kinds of difficulties or problems of the Bijolia Jagir. In 1941, Vijay Raghavachari personally took the interest, and he assured to tackle all kinds of problem, or definitely these problems were tackled very soon. So in 1941, the Bijolia peasant movement was over, and this was a great success of the peasants of the Bijolia. So definitely we can say Bijolia peasant movement was the beginning of all the peasants movement in Rajasthan, and end of the Bijolia movement definitely brought end of the all the peasants movement in Rajasthan. So it made a pressure over the other state of the Rajasthan. Second peasant movement was the Begu. Begu peasant movement was started in the Chittorgarh district. This was the position of the Begu. The Begu blaze, or that time the Jagir. Okay. In 1921, the Begu peasant movement was started. The problems were the same. The rate of land revenue were so high, and additional taxes also were prevailing, and the Jagirdar was pressurizing the peasants for the bondage labor, and they were treating them in a bad manner, and the revenue collecting officers were also treating the peasants just like a slave. So the throughout the Rajasthan we can account the causes, they have quite similarities. the Begu peasant movement in Chittor, led by the Ram Narayan Chaudhary in 1921. Ram Narayan Chaudhary published Tarun Rajasthan newspaper, and through the newspaper who raised the matter as the Vijay Singh Pathik in Bijolia movement through the Rajasthan Kesari appeared the peoples and raised the matters, and this was same did by the Ram Narayan Chaudhary in case of the Begu. Finally, the Jagirdar of Begu agreed to make agreement with the Ram Narayan Chaudhary, and the agreement was resulted in 1921. The Mewar state that time called, it is a Bolshevik revolution in the history of Mewar. And at the same time, after the agreement, a trench commission was constituted in 1921. But the peasants boycotted the trench commission, because trench commission definitely was intentionally working against the peasants, and the peasants were completely assured the commission will not justice in the matter of the peasants. However, the trench commission did its work, and the peasants were not agree with the trench commission. After 2 years, Ram Narayan Chaudhary left the movement, and in 1923 the movement was led by the Vijay Singh Pathik, and at the same time the Jagirdar tried to movement and he ordered to suppress the movement, and in this movement Rupaji and Kripaji, two peasants were killed, and Vijay Singh Pathik was also arrested, and finally he released from the imprisonment in 1927 when the Jagir of Begu agreed to solve all the matters. In 1927 the matters was completely solved, and with this the Begu peasant movement was over. Now this was the Nimuchana movement. Nimuchana in the Albar district. So this is the geographical position of the Albar district, and Nimuchana blazed that time, and Jai Singh was the ruler of Albar state. Here the problem was the same. So then peasants and the landlords were demanding for the revenue reforms, but the ruler Jai Singh imposed the additional financial burden over the peasants, imposing the new or the additional taxes and raised the rate of land revenue. So this became an immediate cause of the movement. In the Nimuchana, the state police and army ordered to firing the innocent peasants, and so many peasants were killed in this incident, and the incident took place on 14th May 1925. When the incident was completed and so many people were killed, Mahatma Gandhi and the other national leader then condemned the incident, criticized, and Mahatma Gandhi especially quoted the incident. This was the second Jallianwala Bagh massacre, and also Gandhi said it was heinous and more than the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. And the Albar state was also accountable for the Maib peasants movement. Maib are the dwellers of Albar states, and these are the Muslims, and the Maib peasant movement was led by the Yasin Khan Muhammad Ali during 1930 to 1934, and finally the Albar state solved the Maib problems. And this was the Dabi peasant movement. Dabi now in the Bundi district. So this is the geographical position of the Bundi district, where the Dabi peasant movement in 1920 to 1925. Mainly the incident took place in 1923. Barad movement and Dabi movement at the same time. Dabi was ablaze and Barad was also ablaze. Here the problem was same. The peasants raised so many demands before the states and they immediately tried to solve their problems, but the state ordered to firing, and in this incident Nanakji Bhil was killed. So finally the movement was resulted into the violence. So then 1923 the Dabi peasant movement was over and continue in the with some incident till the 1925. And also in the Bikaner state that time, this was the Dudhwa Khara movement. Dudhwa Khara movement in 1945. It was led by the Hanuman Singh. That time Sardul Singh was the ruler of Bikaner state, and Hanuman Singh raised so many questions of the peoples and the peasants. However, the state government was not too compatible, and state government initially tried to suppress the movement, but with the pressure of Hanuman Singh and the other leaders, and also that time the Marwar Prajamandal and the leaders of the national movement also supported the movement. So then the Sardul Singh had to back, and he agreed to accept the problems of the Dudhwa Khara, blaze of the Bikaner. So the Dudhwa Khara movement was completed in 1945, and there were some other peasants movement occurred in the different geographical region of the Rajasthan. And this was one important, I should discuss the Shekhawati. Shekhawati peasants movement. Shekhawati region mainly include the Sikar, Jhunjhunu, Churu belt, okay, and the Shekhawati region that time was under the states of Amer or Jaipur. There were so many Thekanedar or Jagidar in the Shekhawati region, and they were exploiting the peasants at the large scale. However, peasants tried to solve the matter with the meetings of Jaipur states, but there was no success in this case. Shekhawati movement was completed under the three phases. In the phase 1, 1922, 1930 phase 1, and in the phase 1 all Rajasthan Jat Mahasabha conference was held in 1925. So all the Jat leaders of Shekhawati region and organized themselves, and they made the pressure over the Shekhawatis, the different Jagirdars of the Shekhawati regions. So mainly Shekhawati movement started from the Sikar states. Now Sikar is a district. So then the 1925 is the landmark when the Jat Rajput Jat leaders organized themselves and they solved their problem. In the second phase 1931 to 1934, in the second phase the movement spread into the other regions like the Jhunjhunu district. That time the Jhunjhunu was a state under the different Jagidars. And in the second phase, this was the Kisori Devi, wife of Harlal. So Kisori Devi organized the Bhimans of the Shekhawati region and lead the movement, and state ordered to brutally suppress the movement. In 1934, Katrathal conference was held under the leadership of Kisori Devi. State ordered to firing, and at the same time or in the next year 1935, state also ordered to firing over the innocent people in 1935 Jaisinghpura, and which is called the Jaisinghpura incident. In 1935 the Kudan village, Kudan Gaon incident. The Shekhawati movement was continued till the 1943. However, it was solved by the interference of the national leaders when the Amer state was agreed to solve all the problems of the peasants. So the Rajasthan state was also a fertile land for the peasants or the farmer movements, because all the princely states were trying to suppress or exploiting the peoples and the farmers, and that's why when the national movement started in the India, then this was inspired the peoples or peasants of Rajasthan and they continued the movement. Okay, thank you.